Good evening. Good evening. It is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. I am your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. We are live on Spotify, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, my Facebook page. Of course, like, share, and subscribe. It is the name of the show. My Facebook page is Sunshine Camila, Kamela, for pronunciation purposes, but that is not how you spell my name. Again, this show believes in 6 degrees of separation. You are one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. It has been proven over and over again since we started this show. Again, our guest tonight needs no introduction. Both of them have been on the show separately. So again, I'm going to welcome, you only see one person right now, but husband will show up sooner than later. But however, tonight, right now, we're looking at the reincarnated Storm.
I've been told. He's Xavier and I'm Storm. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're looking at the reincarnated Storm. My big sister, not only in the gospel, but also in this radio podcast world, the actor, actress, author, mother, wife, all these good things. I'm losing breath. Okay, I'm losing breath. Again, Miss Beverly Brooks is in the house. Oh, is the
I'm here.
the husband just showed up.
Yeah.
DJ.
How you feel?
CL Smoove is in the house.
Oh yeah. How you doing?
I can't complain. Y'all got it.
I hear.
I said I wasn't gonna do a big old intro because the people already know who you are. Now tonight we're gonna talk about I am nothing without you.
Yes.
Let me say that one more time. For all those in the back and couldn't hear me, those who need to clean out their ears, get you a Q-tip. And those who have the hearing aids, turn them up or change the batteries. I said, I am nothing without you. So, we're looking at a powerful couple right here. And I'm all for Black love. I'm all for love altogether.
Yes.
But the power that is in that house right now. And you know, the truth be told, power like this is going to be tested.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Very
Let
much.
us first say amen.
Amen.
So we know there's a backstory to the love that you see before you. Hence the word with S. I am nothing without you. So I asked this wonderful couple earlier today, how long have you guys been married?
Ooh, too long.
And this couple has an anniversary coming up in a couple of weeks. Yeah. So on paper, it would be 21 years. But in all actuality, they've been together for 23.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
Praise Lord.
So, I remember asking CL Smoove one of my questions that I asked Bev this question too. Mm-hmm. What does the balanced life look like for you guys?
Ooh. Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead. How's the balanced life for you? What makes it balanced for you?
Putting God first. That's first and foremost. Putting God first. That's what makes it balanced. Because we can be unbalanced within inside of ourselves.
Yes.
And it can take one of us or the both of us to bring the other one back.
She be reeling me in a lot. So I'm just letting you know.
So I'm the balance.
Yeah, she's the balance.
Got you.
I'm the quiet, unbalanced one.
So for you, CL, since you're the one that's unbalanced, what does that look like? Is that because of your work schedule? Pressure from inside, outside the house? What's going on with you?
No, it's basically the work schedule, life. You know, me being the man that I am for her, I try not to have her do nothing, but other than do whatever she's doing. That means work around the house, dealing with the grandkids, driving. I try not to let her do nothing. Um, yeah, if you say spoiled, it should be a picture of her.
So was this because this is something you saw when you grew up, or is this something y'all discussed? Is this something that in marriages they have the said but unsaid type thing? So was that what that was?
Well, I seen it. My dad did spoil my mom while he was around. He did the same thing. He worked hard, came home, um, and I just so happened to be waiting for my dad every night. So every night I seen him come in, he used to work for SEPTA. Every night I seen him come in, he had some milk and cookies. We used to sit down and play Atari. And then I know he would get up early because he had to go back to work. So I would see him get up, go out, come back in, and do it all again. Work, clean, take care of my mom and take care of us, and had time to spare. He would, spend a little bit of time with me every night. So I seen that spoiledness for years, and it just so happened to rub off on me at a younger age, and I made sure that I instilled that in myself, that when I get married, I will spoil the one I love.
Okay.
But Bev got it before we got married, so it just carried over into the marriage, and I tried to.
But he did say, now this is one thing that he did say. He said that because of how he viewed me and how he was in love with me, I deserved it.
Yes.
He wanted to do those things. I deserved it because of who I was.
Yep.
So he did tell me that before we got married. I said, okay, well then you can't blame nobody but yourself.
Yeah.
For my spoiledness.
Yeah. Every time. She rubs it in my face. Don't get it wrong. Mm-hmm. Every time I say, well, babe, you should do something, she be like, you did this, so you have to take care of what you started. And yes, I have to take care of what I started.
Okay. So, with that being said, the said and unsaid when it comes to relationships. Now, you guys have been together for 23 years. Can you please tell the secret?
Communication.
On how y'all lasted for 23 years.
Communication.
It's not easy.
It ain't easy. Not at all. Temptation is around the corner every time you turn.
You say who?
Especially when
who around the corner?
Temptation.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Temptation's around the corner every time. It may look greener on the outside, but trust me, you don't want them problems. So you stick with the problems that you got.
Because we had those problems.
Oh boy, yes, we did.
We had those problems.
I've learned the hard way.
So
with temptation or thinking it was greener on the other side, which one? Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I'm amazed at this woman that she stuck by my side. Literally.
Well, Hmm.
Yeah.
In the bigger scope of things,
Mm-hmm.
and now on some things we feel that if we put God in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how many times we didn't fail, how many times we didn't did our own thing, and we call grace and mercy, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it all, we um we already been forgiven for the things that we've done. No, we don't want to be purposely hurt. No, we don't want to be betrayed. But the conversation of let's talk it out, let's forgive one another, and let's have a conversation of why this happened in the first place.
Right.
How
Mm-hmm.
was that conversation?
In the beginning, I think it was a lot of denial. Um, and we had to like take a step back of about everything that happened. And for me to say, okay, I contributed to it. I played a part and I took responsibility and I apologized for anything that I've done to hurt him, make him feel that he had to do something other than honor our marriage. Um, Once I got to that part and forgiving myself for the stuff that I did to him, um, it was just getting him around
Mm-hmm.
to conversations because he sometimes don't want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like, well, it happened. We're done with it. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
He was like that a lot. So it was a lot of trying to break him in that flight mode that if he didn't want to talk about it, he would just run from it. It took a lot of praying. It took a lot. My knees hurt. I think that's why I can't get down on my knees now. But
No more percolating. No more percolating.
but it took it was a lot of work. But then it was also I saw that he wanted to work it out, that he wanted to be there, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to see his initiative, that he took the initiative, that now he's gotten to that point where he can say, okay, this is what I did. Um, how can I correct it? I'm sorry, and just for him to understand too that it's not going to be overnight that I'm going to heal from everything that he's done.
Woo. I don't think she ever gonna heal, but them wounds is deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time. It's definitely. I'm like I said. I'm just surprised she's still here. I'm surprised she ain't shoot me in my head and while I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Vengeance is not mine, saith the Lord.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you for saying them words. Thank you, Lord.
So with a lot of the times we we get in relationships, and for some is we think they're our savior, right? From our present current situations.
Right.
And we don't talk about this because we're so painting the picture that is picture perfect. And we ignore a lot of signs that, yeah, we need to take our time. No, don't do this, don't do that. But we don't until it's too late.
True.
Yes.
Um, for you guys to not only continue to be in love with one another, love one another, and continue to want to stay in love with one another, what is that daily conversation looks like for you guys?
Um, Him saying every day, I love you. Is and I say I love you too, or he says thank you, and I'm like, thank you for what?
Yeah.
He was like, just you being you. I'm like, okay. Thank you. Thank you for you being you. It's do we have arguments, disagreements? Yes, we do because we're human.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's a better understanding and I guess the growth that we have done together, um, and knowing that each one of us changes. And like our pastor said, every 5 years we change.
Oh boy, 4 years of shedding. Four times we didn't shed it.
So it's like in each time it's gotten better and better and better. Um, and I don't know. It's like this one right here. He said, I love him unconditionally, and it's just I don't know. It's just God. God just he was like, look,
Stick it out.
stick it out, and it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was last year, God had gave me the importance of your ribs. I think we talked about this before. And it's very painful to have or go daily with your ribs being broke, fractured, any of those.
Yes.
And especially if you are a rib trying to fit in the wrong rib cage, it's going to be very difficult for you.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're going to take this both spiritually as well as physically. Now we know our rib cage is there to protect some vital organs.
Yes.
But it's more to that than just protection. It allows you to exhale and breathe in, breathe out.
Yes.
It also protects, of course, your heart, your lungs. Um, it also helps with your posture.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine spiritually if you are putting yourself in the wrong relationship, marriage, in the wrong person, you will not be able to laugh. You will not be protected. You won't be able to stand. You won't be able to do any of these things. And I said, God, you blowing my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Here it is. You're just thinking, oh, I'm just a rib. No, honey, you are a lot more than that.
Yes.
Yes.
So when you, on hindsight, when you see yourself in wrong relationships or that God got you out of that, like, after a time, when you put them together, you can mend.
Yes.
But it's hard to mend in a place that you wasn't supposed to be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
I tell people all the time, the one that God has designed for me, he had to be a special type of person. Why? Because not only am I special, but I can be a bitch sometimes.
I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
With all my Holy Ghost and everything else.
Absolutely.
And everything else that goes on outside of all of that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're not strong enough and you're not able to handle not only me or myself, it's going to be a whole problem. Because, we get to show ourselves outside of our home a certain type of way.
Right.
But that person that live with you, oh, they see it all. And they be like, if you only knew what Bev be doing, if you only knew what she be saying.
And that's what I be saying a lot. I say that a lot. Everybody's saying, y'all look so happy together. I said, listen. Listen. When we step out the door, we leave our home life at home. When we step out this door, it's nothing but business. We handle what we gotta handle. We show face the way we supposed to show face. Everybody see us in the same light. When we step in this door, it's family time. It's time for us. We got to do what we got to do. We got to. I know they say that your home's supposed to be a sanctuary. During the pandemic, I could have stayed in the house for 2 years.
Yeah.
But we had to keep grinding. You know, it's fun being in the house for her. I can wake up to her every day. It's like brand new. And when you have that type of faith and love, then you know it's gonna last.
Absolutely. And like you said before, it's the idea or accepting the facts that you're constantly changing. You're not the same person you was 21 years ago.
No. Oh
So
no.
let me say this. Let's get into this part. You are not the same person. Oh my God.
No, no.
I'm not even the same person 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Woo.
You be like, I thought you liked it. I don't like it no more. Why not? I just don't.
Right. Right.
That's me all these questions.
Right.
Oh, let me get my attitude together. I'm sorry. So anyway,
Express yourself, sunshine.
nope. So let's get into this conversation with goals in a relationship. A lot of stuff we don't talk about. Like I have inspirations to do X, Y, and Z. I want to become the author, actress, business owner, the stars, husband. Not only do I want you to be in the stars with me, but wherever my mind is, I want you to push me past where my mind is, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
So what does that look like for you guys? Because I got high hopes. I got some big dreams. And there's no room, I'm not saying that here, but there's no room in no marriage where there should be jealousy between the two.
Oh no. No.
There's no jealousy. Actually, him and I, we worked together.
Oh God.
Since we've been together.
Yeah. And everything.
We worked with Pepsi doing promotions together. About the only job that he pretty much did by himself was he was a travel, he did timeshares. He was the best selling timeshare person in the world, I shall tell you that. But that's about the only job that he's done. Well, in Best Buy, Best Buy, Guitar Center, and Blockbuster.
Yeah.
That right there, those jobs he did by himself. But other than that, we've always worked together, done something together. He's worked at my parents' job.
Yep.
Which all of us, all of the children of my mother and father have worked at my dad's job.
Yes.
It has not failed. So he's worked at my mom and dad's job.
Absolutely.
Like and that's the thing. That's what I grew up with. My mom worked in the daycare. My dad was in a printing company. And then eventually when my mom left the daycare, she went and worked at my dad's job. So my mom and dad worked together up until my dad retired, and then my mom couldn't see anymore. So
they've been home.
That's what I've seen. And just to be able to work with him, and a lot of people sit back and like, but you seen him all day, every day, and then you come home and you in the house with him, and you do y'all ever get a break from each other? When we get a break from each other, I can tell you right now, I will call him and be like, I miss you.
And I'd be like, go home, just enjoy yourself, babe. You out for a couple hours. Enjoy yourself.
I'll be sending him pictures.
Right. It feels guilty, like some type of guilt that I guess when you go into a place of not getting the gratitude, the affirmation, the do I still got it? All of that, as we beeline from
Mm-hmm.
the temptation when you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly, like I said, you're changing, you letting out a little bit,
letting out a lot.
yeah, you like where that stomach come from? Like where, huh? Where 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 all this? Yeah, we're not even gonna get into that. But however, you don't look the same, and so you be like, okay, do I still look sexy to you? Answer right now. Be careful.
Well, see, that's the honest. The thing I love about being honest. Um, when if she asks me something like that, yes, you still look sexy to me. I don't care what anybody else thinks. And if she say that, oh, my stomach is a little big, okay, I still love you regardless. But I don't want you to think that you aren't sexy because I'm never going to diminish your daggone, um,
Self-esteem.
yeah, self esteem. That's what I was looking for. See,
but the thing about it is that what they also have, what a person has to understand is, don't negate what your significant other says about you.
Mm-hmm.
oh, say it again.
Because
Say it again.
when they sit up there and they say, "Oh, you look beautiful. You're beautiful in my eyes." Don't say, yeah, but
But
you
right.
really think that, or you just saying that because you just want me to believe it. That's, it's like, okay, now you done took away from him what he feels, how he views you, like what he thinks about you. You've taken that away from him, and it can get to a point where now it's like, if he doesn't say it again because he's tired of you sitting up there trying to tell him what he's thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and he never says it again, you're gonna be looking at him like, well, what you doing? You don't tell me that you love me, or that I was beautiful, or my hair looked nice, or anything. What's going on? But not knowing that you caused something in him to sit up there and say, you know what, I'm tired. I'm tired. Like I can't keep telling you that how I feel about you, but then you keep telling me that I don't.
This is an important conversation. I'm glad you guys are talking about this because again, there's plenty of people who don't get that, and then they're looking outside for that
Attention.
that attention.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start understanding who you are and what you're about, when nobody's around, you'll understand. Like, I am an attention person. I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an attention freak. So when my husband says X, Y, and Z, like my husband will text me so much during the day that people be like, why he texting you so much? And then he call you so much. I said, listen, you don't understand. From the previous relationship, this didn't happen. I could go all day and he wasn't texting. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't calling.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, he's gonna be very concerned about his precious jewel,
There you go.
his gift, as he said, his godly gift.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get to the wake up, hey beautiful, how you doing? How's your day? They come home from work. How was your day?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
That just shows somebody cares.
Yeah.
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 For
But
all
a
those
person
who
has to understand who they're with.
absolutely.
Because if the person wasn't doing it in the beginning, you can't expect it during the relationship. And if you know that you're that type of person, that's what you want. You want that, you want your spouse, you want your significant other to not actually like validate you, but make you feel good. Make you feel like God makes us feel when we're in his presence, when we're talking to him, when he's responding back to us in our everyday feel good life. And when you have that other person there that's doing that, it's just like, okay, I'm good.
Absolutely.
I'm good.
Well,
Because that's all it takes is just him to sit up there and tell me something. Because that was one of our issues too that he went through. And
Yep.
I pointed that out. I said, you need validation.
Yep.
And it's not enough of me saying, because I tell him, I smack him on his butt. I, I do everything and I'm hugging on him, touching him and stuff like that. And it was like, well, why do you need to go and seek validation from somewhere else when I give it to you all the time with no questions asked? So people also have to understand that within a relationship, it could be something, and you got to take somebody back to a trauma that they're not willing to address, but that's the reason why they're acting the way that they are.
Yeah, and sometimes because you're not having a conversation, it becomes something personal that you think it's about you and it's not. And with second time around, you like, listen, I'm gonna learn a lot of lessons, and some things I'm just not gonna deal with. I'm
Right.
just not.
Absolutely.
And then there's sometimes you have those moments where this is totally different. It's night and day. This time I'm gonna get it right, whatever it takes. If I have to, if we have to go talk to someone, if we have to sit down and write things out, if we have to I've seen couples put the calendar on the refrigerator somewhere, like what mood are you in today, so I'll know how to deal with you. There's the moments of things that are unsaid, like we don't talk about money. A lot of stuff we're not taught, and it's just like, wait, you did what? Like, where'd that come from? How, what? And so there's a lot of fears that we don't talk about until it's right there in your face and it's blown up 50 million times, and you like, wait a minute, it wasn't that big. Wait, now where we go? What we doing? Because now I'm lost. So for a person that's been in the game, and I'm gonna say the game because
yes,
the chess moves differently. Y'all got to play the game. However, tell some I want to say it's not really secrets. I want to say the open and honest transparency to a newlywed or someone who's actually thinking about getting married. Like some of the things that you need to be aware of or talk about before you say I do. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
About having previous doors closed.
You definitely need that.
And to be willing to be transparent, be willing to put it out there on what you're not going to be put up with, which you're like, what your plans are, like what do you want out of life, what do you see your significant other to be, like how do you see them, how do you view them, what would you like? And I would tell them, don't get me wrong, if they say something that you don't like, or you gonna like, oh, I'm not doing that. What? Who? No, we're not gonna do that. You have to be understanding and a little open, because now.
Okay, so what part is we talking about? Because in my head we think it's sex. So where you at?
Woo. Okay, so you done went.
All right, we can bounce with that too. Put that in that category.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
put that in that category.
We can kind of put that in there, because it's you have to think about it, because they always sit up there and say, oh, well, what you won't do, another person would, and all that kind of stuff. But that's a person who, that's all they're thinking about. They don't see the person for who they are. Because what made you approach me? Let's talk about that. What made you approach me? What caused your initial, oh, I'm going to say something to you? And it's always, oh, I like what I seen. Okay, but now you done saw me and I done took my wig off in the house and I don't have on no makeup. What do you see? Because see, this is what you're gonna wake up to every morning, because I'm not about to go to bed with my wig and my makeup on, just, or wake up early and try to put everything on because I'm being fake. I'm not being my real self. I need you to fall in love with me. So it's almost like, okay, when you met me and we was out, I had on makeup and all that, and that's conversation that they should have. Okay, now that you feel comfortable and y'all think that y'all want to take this a little further and things are going, okay, let's wipe this off. Let's sit down at the table. I'm gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna take this off. Can we sit down and hold a conversation?
Mm-hmm.
And then go from there. And because, like what I said, when you sit up there and say about not doing stuff, don't shut it down just yet, because you don't know how you're going to be in the later times. We can talk about it. Okay, well, if that's something that, okay, so because guys and girls got fantasies. Okay, I don't think that fantasy is going to take place with me because I'm very territorial and I could be a little jealous. And what's mine is mine because God gave it to me. That's how I feel, So you want to go, okay, then I don't know what to tell you. Because if that mindset is not going to leave you, and then it's always going to linger over their heads. Oh, well, I have this, I got this fantasy, and it's eating, and it's like a lust thing with them. You got to take a look at that, because now those are those red flags. Those are those, yeah, I think we just need to be friends because this is not going to work, because that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what my soul wants. That's not how I want to do things. And when people don't realize, if you get stuff out, and because they're always talking about, oh, you want to hold some things back. No, I need you to tell me exactly who you are.
Yeah.
Because I don't need those surprises, because, we get together, we get ready to get married, then you on a down low. I'm a little confused. And I've had people, they got married and then the person's out there cheating because they the girl is liking another female, or the male is liking another male. Look, you need to let me know if you got those tendencies in you, because I don't. So I need to know, because if that's the case, then I'm not the one for you until you find yourself. And see, that's the thing. People have to find themselves first. And it may take a while. And the thing about it is, him and I being married together, we found ourselves together. Mm-hmm. And it was like, as time goes on, and it's not to say that, oh, don't get married, don't do it because of this situation. Just lay it all out online, put it all on paper. What is it that you want out of life? What are your expectancies in the next 5 years?
Oh, we went through that. We went through the whole thing of putting your feelings down on paper, the do's and the don'ts. All right, what would you do? All right, what you going to deal with? What you won't deal with? What's your goals? Trust me, we've done all that. Everything that you think. We went through marriage counseling. It was a time where, like she said, I had a flight problem. You want to sit up here and argue? I'm out. I don't want to argue. I don't want to deal with that. And even now, when we sit up there and have a disagreement, if she feels though she's winning, I'm going to let her feel as though she won. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to move on. You got it, babe. Yep.
And I still got an issue when he does that.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm like, nah. no, no, and no. Like, no. Like, no, it's something more to it. And I hate when he shuts stuff down because it's like,
I'm not going to argue with you. If you think you're right, by golly, George, I think you're right too. You handle that all by yourself. I'm glad you are. And I let it go. Because I don't have time to even put the energy into it because my mind is on so much other stuff. I got to worry about where's the next script coming from, or what's the next show I got planned, or who's coming on a radio station, and we got to change music here, and I got to prepare for this show, and I got to do stuff for her. And I don't have time for arguments. You want to be right? Okay, you be right, baby. All day. Yep. You go right on ahead. I'm good.
I think sometimes what we seen as kids is like what we try to mirror. Like, I know my parents didn't really argue in front of us. I don't argue either. I just look at you like you crazy.
I don't have time.
And so me, I was one, and this is funny. As tough as I was, I can't stand people getting loud with me. So you raising your voice comes the defense part. Like, okay, so either I'm gonna leave or I'm just gonna completely ignore you. This is the mature part. Like,
that's it.
Now, a couple of years ago, it might have been a whole different story. But older, mature, seasoned, I'll let you have your moment. Then we're gonna talk about it. Because at the end of the day, where did that come from? What am I missing? So I'll learn the lesson, and then we'll move on.
Well, that's where we're still working with him because he will forget about it, and that's what makes me. It's like he just like throw his hands up, like, look, and he moves on to the next. Where me, I need that
closure.
Babe, like that closure. Like, we need to talk about this because we need to find out what happened. Can we correct it for it not to happen again? So that's where I be at. And he's like,
because see, I still have a problem. I still have my problem when we have disagreements like that. I'm still at 100. Now, I shut up just to get down to 80. And if you want to continue it, it can escalate to something that I'm going to say out my mouth that I know is going to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
That's why I just shut up. Because when we get into a heated argument later, I will gladly bring that part up that made me get to where I'm at now, because I guarantee you that it's going to be something that results from that last conversation or that last argument we had that's going to come back. And I'll gladly say, well, do you remember X, Y, and Z? And then I'll bring that example right back. This is the reason why blase happens. And then she'll sit up there and think about it. You see that face right there? That's the one right there. That one. And I'll say, now, are we done with this? See that face right there? That's the one. She'll have that face for about 5 minutes. And then she'll say, you know what? We'll talk about it later. Same difference.
Yeah, so it's stuff that I'm still learning with inside of myself. Like, Bev, shut up. Just shut up. Sit down. And then come back to it later.
And the tools, some of the things that we as women feel like we need to, I don't want to say just the last word. That's not it. It's not necessary. Like, say for instance, today, I know I said, before you go to work, I need you to take out the garbage. Because, not just because I'm telling you to take out the garbage, but because it had seafood in it, it had cantaloupe. And you know that's gonna stink up your kitchen if it stays. So, like, just take the garbage out. I get home from work, the garbage is still in there, and I'm like, and it stinks. So I'm like, do I call and fuss? Do I do all of this? He might not be, in that type of mood, and then it's gonna go whole left over some garbage. You know what? Shut up. Just take out the garbage. You the one here. Just take it out.
Yep.
If he brings it up, then you can say something. But if he don't say nothing, let it go. It was difficult because I was fighting myself like, now I say, I know you, and I know you heard me because you was like, yes, babe, I'll do it, and da 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 da, and you didn't do it. I said, okay.
Yep.
So when he's called, he like, I missed his call. He says, babe, where you was at? I was calling you. Oh, I was taking out the garbage.
There you go. That's it.
Oh man, babe, I forgot to take out the garbage. You did. But if you would have saw my face, but however,
you was looking at the phone like,
right.
Exactly.
But because of how he responded and how I said it, it didn't become into something that could have been worse. Yeah. So people, I need you to understand, not just in marriage, just or in relationships, or just a high by whatever. Know when to pick your fights.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe in not wasting my breath. I truly am.
That's it.
My looks can kill. You hear me? You be dead messing around with me. But I'm not gonna do that either. So God got to work on me on my facial expressions. Cause honey, say something out the way to me. You gonna get the look like you just died just now.
Yes. Yes.
And I hope you felt it.
Absolutely.
The way I'm looking at you. Absolutely. So we have to take, we're all growing. And the good thing is understanding that we all come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
And when you're in marriage, however long you're in, you're still becoming one every day. It don't happen overnight.
Yes.
Especially when you come from a broken relationship prior to saying, look, this is it. I'm gonna try it one more time.
Yeah.
God, I hope I didn't miss it. I hope this is it. So, and then you start seeing some things, and you be like, okay, this is where praying comes in, because prayer changes everything.
Yes, it does.
And even in learning more and more that I can't focus on what I see right now. I got to look at what I was shown in my future. So CL looking like right now, but Bev is looking at 10 years from down the line where he's not like this, but he's the person, continue to be the person that God, the man of God that he is. Not right now. Be like, but God, I see right now.
Yep. Yep.
Help me, Jesus. Like, girl, if you don't shut up.
Like, you see him too.
Right, that's your son. Deal with him, God. Be like, look, focus on you.
That's it.
And that's what I tell people. Yeah. Because I tell people,
just go.
Yeah, because when you look at it, I came from my mom and dad. They was married for 61 years before he passed away. And I said that whoever I had children by was the one I was going to marry. That was because what I seen, what I grew up with. I grew up with my mom and dad. Me and my siblings, we all had the same parents. We all in the same household. Dad going to work. My mom and dad never argued. Never a day in our lives until they got older and my dad got sick and certain things, and my mom not understanding fully of the change that was going on because she was blind. She had went blind the year after we got married. So she couldn't see that transition, but we did, and we would have to explain it to her. But she would holler at him, snap at him a little bit because he'll do certain things or say something, and with her not understanding, or anything, it made what I expected that I should do. The person I had kids by, that's who I should marry and things like that. But it didn't work out that way, and I'm glad it didn't, because I think that I would have took out my kid's father. Something would have happened because it wasn't a good thing. The children that came, the children that came out of it was a blessing. And the things that they're doing right now, I'm very proud of them. But CL, he came from his dad being there up until the age of 12. And then it was another man in his life, but that wasn't his dad, but he really didn't have that upbringing with both of the parents being there, and this is how it is. And then his mom was the one, they moved around a lot when he was younger, so that flight was already in him, because it was like if something, all he knew is something happened, they were moving. So in his mind, if something happens in the relationship, I'm just gonna go, I'm not gonna deal with it. So I came from seeing my parents talk about stuff, resolve things, sitting there doing that, to, I have been very argumentative. I'm not gonna lie. I do have that trait in me, even though that's not how my parents were. And it's kind of funny because my mom said, I don't know why y'all gotta argue with each other. I don't know why y'all have to do that. Where I noticed his mom before she passed, the whole time that I've known her, she's been quiet, don't really say anything. She didn't argue. She didn't raise her voice. If she didn't like what you said, she would just get quiet. So he has the traits of his mom and how she would react to things. So I see it, and that's the reason why I can sit back and say, okay. But it's still that was within me that I have to work on. With that whole, okay, now I have to react a little bit different. And getting older and getting wiser and sitting back and thinking more. And even though I've always been the type to think about all aspects of the situation, I have to put it in perspective of each angle. Versus with him, it'll take him. We can talk about it next week, and so yeah,
I think I don't know why I only did an hour with y'all. I noticed this. I don't know why.
You can always revisit.
Always. I'm like, I'm looking at the time. It's already 8:56.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I know our time is short. I wanted to bring out to people that if you want to be there, you can be there. It's gonna take, the communication is gonna take love and staying in love. Whatever you did to get them, keep doing it plus some. Constantly reinvent yourself.
We gonna talk about that right
part
there.
2 to this.
Because
we definitely need part 2 to this.
You're saying that, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. He used to sit up there and massage me all the time. I can get a head to toe massage, hands down, anytime. A whole hour, 2 hours, he got it. As time went on and different elements come up, your body's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So many things. So he used to do it all the time, and then I used to get upset. Like, look, for my birthday, I want a massage. Now it's out, I'll pay for it. So it's like he did that to get me, and he did it for a very long time. But then situations happened, where he couldn't do it like that anymore. And so that
this goes back to that same saying: you change every 5 years. You're not going to be the same person that you were 20 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So
you have to be careful and mindful of that.
Because that saying right there.
Sometimes what I did for him, I may not feel like doing it no more. Or I can't.
Right.
I can't fulfill that anymore. So it's how do we do it a different way?
Absolutely.
So it's
like goes back to communication, and of course we all know that every day we're aging.
Yes.
And
yes.
Some things we just can't do. And it's, we'll find a way.
Right. Oh, yeah. Because it's like it's okay. But you have to have that mentality and stop being so selfish.
Yes.
That's something. As spoiled as I am, I'm not going to be selfish. I'm going to be spoiled, but I'm not going to be selfish.
Absolutely.
Because every time she asks me for a massage, baby, when you want it, I got you. I got you. Yeah. You want it? All right. I'll put it this way. I'm going to schedule it for next week. All right. I got you.
What was it? So after, I know you guys' anniversary is in August.
I'm actually back. Well, we'll hopefully we'll be together this year.
What?
Yeah. Hopefully.
He's gonna be filming a movie.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The last day that he films is the day before our anniversary.
Yeah. No, that ain't the last day. That's the break before the last shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, even though it's not, the day is special. I always see you after. Because, sometimes we got to get to the bag, right?
Definitely.
But then you got to watch which bag you going after.
Ooh.
I'm not about to go there.
We can have that conversation.
I told you it got to be a part 2 to this.
I'm doing a conference on it.
It got to be a part 2 to this.
I'm not going there with you. However, part 2. People, like, share, subscribe. Of course, I'm going to have this duo back on the show again. And this time, I'm just going to do 2 hours. Like, forget it. Because there's no way I can talk to both of them in 1 hour. I can't even do it separately with 1 hour. So I don't know what I was thinking. But however,
I can't. So many questions going through your mind. I understand.
Yes. So again, time is up, unfortunately. Again, I love this couple. They always looking out for me. Always. We got from my next movie premiere, I'm putting that out in the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
And also my different people that they send to me to interview. Excuse me. Have a conversation with. I'm loving it. I just purchased Bev's book. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail.
Ooh, wait till you read that.
Listen, don't get me right now.
Then you go see the reason why certain things has been answered certain ways. You'll trust me. Everything is a puzzle with us.
Everything. Listen, so when they get back and we figure out the schedule for the rest of the year, we definitely, hopefully the next time I see them, hopefully I'm putting this out in the atmosphere also, that I'll be able to be on their radio show and I'll be able to do in person with them.
Yes. That's a definite. That's a definite.
We'll see how we'll figure that one out. But however, I love you guys. I enjoy talking to you guys again. DJ CL Smoove on Instagram, right?
I am DJ CL Smoove.
Same thing.
Yeah, we have to put the I am in front of it.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Breaking Chains Radio.
WBNC Radio.
WBNC Radio.
Instagram. Yep. WBNCradio.net is the website. The original Bev Brooks on Instagram. Beverly Brooks on Facebook. WBNC Breaking Chains Radio on Facebook. You can find us. You can Google us.
Yeah, just Google us.
We right there.
Yeah, IMDb might pop up.
Yeah, we're on IMDb.
Yeah.
Yep. So again, I enjoyed you guys. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Again, I love you guys.
Love you too.
Soon. Tomorrow when the YouTube link comes up, of course, you know I'm gonna send it to you. Again, everybody please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook, all that good stuff. Find us somewhere on social media. We out there. So again, good night.
Peace.